Yeah. So we are going to learn unit load method. Unit load method. Okay. So the name itself mentions that this method uses the concept of adopting or assuming that there is a unit load acting at a point where you need to find the deflection. Where you need to find the deflection. So, in simple terms, if you put it, if you take the Castigliano's theorem, so Castigliano's theorem, if you take, so it is given as deflection is equal to partial differentiation of strain energy with respect to the applied load, isn't it? So what is U? U is equal to integral m square by 2ei into dx. Dx if it is a beam or bar of length L, or d theta if it is a circle or a quadrant or a semicircle. Okay. Now this unit load method concept also uses the methodology associated with the strain energy concept, but in a quite different way. Or to put it simply, it will talk about the deflections that are to be calculated at any given point in a beam, a bent frame, by introducing an unit load. By introducing an unit load. So that means to calculate the deflection. So to calculate the deflection, the deflection at any given point, at any given point in a beam or a bent, a simple frame or a simple frame, we need to introduce, we need to introduce a unit load at that specific point. At that specific point means at a point where we need to calculate the deflection at that specific point. So using the same concept of the delta is equal to dou u by dou p. So this is an extended version to Castigliano's theorem. So using the same concept, delta is given by, so similar expression, almost similar expression, which says that integral 0 to L capital M small m by ei into dx. Okay. So now there is a derivation for it. Definitely, it's a simple one using the basic stress, strain, and bending stress relation. We are going to get it, but it is similar to Castigliano's theorem. So I'm not repeating it. So now, and this is similar to whatever we learn in the concept of bending stress or stress versus strain relation. Using that only we are getting. And there is a concept that we have learned called gradually applied load and suddenly applied load. There, what we have seen, we have seen that if it's a gradually applied load, how the load versus deflection curve look like. So P delta, half P delta, and the strain energy due to those concepts, everything has been covered. So now in this specific concept of unit load method, it's only a two-step process. It's only two-step process, which is like cut any section at a given beam, calculate the moment at that given section, and the problem is over. So now what is capital M? Capital M is the moment at any given section X, at any given section XX, due to the application of load, or let us simply say due to the external load, due to the external load. That means a UDL, point load, varying load, a couple, whatever the type of load it might be. What is small m? Small m is moment due to unit load applied at a point where deflection has to be calculated, where deflection is to be calculated, deflection is to be calculated. So what does that mean? We will see that. So how do we do that, and how are we going to express it is something we will see now. So I'll take a small example. Okay, very simple example. So I'm taking a simply supported beam just for the sake of explanation, and it is subjected to a load 10 kilonewton here. Okay, now, so how do we use the unit load method concept? So step one, calculate the reactions of a beam. Calculate the reactions of a beam. Correct, right? Now, second step, write the expressions for a moment at section XX, for all the portions of the beam, for all the portions of a beam. So what are the portions? This is A, this is B, this is C. Now we know that our traditional method, isn't it? What is our traditional method? So take a portion, take origin as A, then limits 0 to, like this is 2 meters, so 0 to 2 meters, moment at section X, mx. So this is what we are going to write now. RA into X. Simply, I'm just giving an example. RA into X. So now we were asked to calculate the deflection at B. Calculate deflection at B. If this is the question given, calculate deflection at B. Now previously what did we do? Wherever there is load 10, we have substituted 10 is equal to P, and we have differentiated with respect to P, strain energy with respect to P. Now we just need to do only very simple thing here. So the third step is, this is very important step. Remove all the external load. Remove all the external load. Remove all the external load and apply unit load. Apply unit load at a point where deflection is to be calculated. Where deflection is to be calculated. Simple. Deflection is to be calculated. And sketch the figure once again. Sketch the figure once again. So what is the figure now? So this is A, this is B, so this is C, this is A. Now we need to calculate deflection at B. So we have removed load at that point and we are applying a unit load 1 kilonewton. Virtual. It is virtual. But it's a kind of unit load based virtual work method. So this 1 kilonewton, we have applied it here. So once we apply this 1 kilonewton load, what is going to happen? Now again, in this first part, calculate reactions. Calculate reactions. So if you can try to understand, here we have calculated the portion capital Mx. So this all corresponds to capital Mx. Now, but when it comes to the specific part, we will calculate reactions here and followed by small m. calculate, or we will use the same expression here. We'll use the same thing, but for 1 kilonewton load, and we will get small mx. We'll get small mx. So we need to write the expressions for the moment for all the portions of a beam with unit load. With unit load. And then what will that have for us? That will give the final expression for, so we have mx and we have small mx. Therefore, deflection at B is equal to integral 0 to L. What is that? mx by EI into dx. So the only difference that you are trying to observe is moment you are calculating as it is, but additionally you are solving one more step by applying the unit load at a point where you need to calculate the deflection. So this is almost looking like a Castigliano's theorem with a small correction or small difference. So with this understanding, we will try to solve the problem. Okay. So let us start the numerical problems. Okay. So first one, so calculate or determine the deflection, determine the deflection at the free end of a cantilever, at the free end of a overhanging beam, of a overhanging beam as shown in figure, as shown in figure. Okay. Use unit load method. Use unit load method. So this is the beam given. So this is 45 kilonewton per meter, this load. This is 6 meters, comma 2i, 2 meters, comma I. Okay, this is the beam given. So this is A and this is B. Okay. Now, where do we need to calculate the deflection? Deflection is to be calculated at the free end. So wherever we need to calculate the deflection, at that point, we need to introduce unit load by removing all the external loads. So let us first try to solve this problem with respect to the calculation of reactions for external load. Okay. So first step, reactions due to external load. Reactions due to external load. Okay. So once again, we will sketch the entire beam and then we will try to solve the expression for RA and RB. So this is the load, total load acting on the beam. So we have RA, we have RB. Okay, and this is 2 meters, and I. This I is a very important point. We should not forget. 6 meters, 2I, and this is 45 kilonewton meter. Now, basic strength of material concept, sigma MA is equal to 0, implies RB into 6 is equal to 45 into 8 into 8 by 2. 45 into 8 into 8 by 2. So that we need to calculate. So 240. So RB is equal to 240 kilonewton. Now RA plus RB is equal to 45 into 8. RA plus RB is equal to 45 into 8. So that is equal to 360 kilonewton. 360 kilonewton. And RA is equal to, what is that? 360 minus 240, that is equal to 120 kilonewton. 120 kilonewton. On the other hand, so this is with external load. This is with external load. With external load. Now, with unit load, let us see what do we need to do. Apply unit load at free end and remove external load. So that implies, see that here, so RA, RB, 1 kilonewton. What is that here? This is 6 meters, 2 meters. So RA plus RB is equal to 1, isn't it? RA plus RB is equal to 1. Sigma MA is equal to 0. Sigma MA is equal to 0. When you take sigma MA is equal to 0, what all we have? RB is equal to, of course, RB into 6 is equal to 1 into 8. RB into 6 is equal to 1 into 8. So RB is equal to 8 by 6, that is equal to 4 by 3 kilonewton. 4 by 3 kilonewton. Then RA is equal to 1 minus 4 by 3, that is equal to minus 1 by 3 kilonewton, or what does that mean? 1 by 3 kilonewton downwards. So 4 by 3 kilonewton upward and 1 by 3 kilonewton downward. So these are the reactions that we get for a beam when we apply unit load. So now our problem becomes very simple. Take the sections for both the cases and try to solve the problem. Okay. Now we will write all the expressions separately in the beam in the next slide. Now see here. So we will write it separately. Okay. Now if you take this, yeah. Now let us take the main beam first. Okay, let us take the main beam with all the reactions that we have got. So you can see that RA 120 kilonewton, RB 240 kilonewton. This is 45 kilonewton per meter, 6 meters 2I, 2 meters I. And let us take the beam with unit load. So RA downwards 1 by 3, RB upwards 4 by 3, 6 meters 2I, 2 meters I, and we have load 1 kilonewton. So let us take this as A, B, and C. This is A, B, and C. Okay. Now, what do we need to do? We need to write a table, and accordingly, whatever we have done in the Castigliono's theorem, same thing we need to continue. So, portion, origin, limits, mx, small mx, and I. Okay. So let us take portion AB. Portion AB, origin is A. Limits are 0 to 6. Now let us see how to write the moment. How to write the moment. We need to do it it's a careful exercise. Once we understand how to write the moment, then it becomes easy for us to take the things forward. Okay. So that's where we need to write that what is the moment at a section XX in the section AB. So in the section AB, so this is section XX, and here this is section XX. Here also this is section XX, and here also this is XX. So once we take that, what are the moments? So you can see that what are the moments at this section? So this is X now. This distance is X, and this distance is X. This is X, and this is X. So to make it simple, so we will take BC, C origin 0 to 2. So this is 2I, this is I. What is the moment? Capital MX, 120X, RA into X. 120 into X, see that? 120 into X minus 45x square by 2 minus 45x square by 2. 45 into x by 2 minus 45x square by 2. What is small mx? It is straightforward. This is minus 1 by 3 into x. Minus 1 by 3 into x. Overwrite. Now let us take BC with C as origin. With C as origin, we have only UDL here. That means minus 45 into x square by 2. Minus 45 into x square by 2. And here if we take the section 1 into x, negative, that direction, minus 1 into x. So this is how we need to apply the concept of moments both for a beam with external load and beam without external load and a unit load. So how to calculate the deflection, we will see in the next class. Okay. So thank you all, and see you tomorrow.